Good afternoon everyone, myself Divya Sura. So today we are going to discuss about loops in Python programming. The loops in Python programming are used to repetitive action efficiently. So basically the loops is a control structure that allows a sequence of instruction to be executed repeatedly until a certain condition is met. It is a way to automate a repetitive task and avoid having to write the same code multiple times. So basically the loops are used to avoid writing the same task again and again, and it will repeat the task until it meet to certain condition. The purpose of loop are repetitive task execution and flow keep the flow control of the program efficiency and code readability. So in Python there are main types of loops are for loop and while loop. Additionally, there is a nested loop which allows looping within a looping for a complex tasking. So the types of loops in Python are for loop and while loop. So let's discuss about for loop. The for loop is used to iterate over a sequence that is either a list, tuple, dictionary, a set or a string. This is less like a keyword in the programming language and work more like a iterative method as a founded in the object oriented programming language. So basically for loop is used to retrieve the item from the string, list, tuple, dictionary, set. So basically in string it retrieve the characters, every single character present in the string. The syntax of the for loop is for item in sequence with colon and the body of for loop. So example of the for loop is here is a simple here is a simple program is given where the p is a variable which stores the string python in it, and for loop is given and for I in p colon and print I. So basically the p is a as we know p is the variable which store python in it. So basically for it starts from 0. Always the loops are start from the starting index which is 0, and the first it will take the first value and then second then third and until it reach to the last position. So first I will become p which is present in variable p. First is p, then it will print the I means p will print then again I become y. So y which is also present in the p variable, which is the second word of second character of the python string. Then it will again print y, like that it will print t, h, o and n, and after n it will come out of the loop and stop the loop there. Basically loop is terminated over there and the output will be python as shown on the screen. Next, using range function in for loop. So we can use the range function in the for loop. The range function is commonly used with the loops to generate a sequence of number. It can take 1, 2, 3 arguments. The range function, with range function we can provide the 1, 2 or 3 arguments with it. So range function with the first argument which is a stop. So generating when we provide the stop, then we have to provide a number where that range will be stopped, and always the stop at -1 position, and the two arguments in range function will be start and stop. It will generate at the start to the stop -1, and we can provide the 3 arguments which is start, stop and step. So we can use a start for a starting position and stop at where we have to stop that loop, and the step. So we can move the steps, 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, we can move like that. And the syntax for the range function in a for loop in Python is for variable in range, start, stop and step, the body of for loop. Again, the example of the range function in for loop is here shown a simple for loop with the range function. So basically this code will be give the output of even numbers which are present in given range. So here for I is a variable in range. The range of I will be start at 0, stop at 10 minus 1, which is 9, and 2 means the steps. So we have to move every time 2 steps. So first I will become 0, then first it will print I, then next it will check the condition. It has to start from 0, so it will print the 0, and then move to next, and again I will become 1, and in range I is in between that range, then it will condition become true, and again it will check the stop argument where it has to stop, and then steps. It has to move for 2 steps, so it won't print the 1, then it will move to 2, and 2 and it will check the condition. If condition become false, then it will print like that. It will print 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8, but it won't print 10, because we know that stop range will always be stop minus 1. So here 10 minus 1 is 9, so it will stop at the 8 only. So the output of the program is 0 to 4, 6, 8 as shown on the screen. Next, while loop. The while loop in Python is used to execute a block of statement repeatedly until a given condition is satisfied. When the condition becomes false, the line immediately after the loop in the program is executed. The while loop will continue running the code block as long as the condition evaluates to true. Each time the loop executes, the condition is checked again and again. If it's true, it will continue the loop. If it's false, then it will terminate the loop, and the program move to the next statement after the loop. So while loop is basically based on the condition. So while loop, every time the while loop it start, it check condition, then it will print the whatever content present in the while loop body, then it will print, and again after the end it will again check the condition. It will check the condition unless and until the condition become false. If it's true, then it will keep repeating, and if it's false, it will terminate that and move to the next step. Next statement actually. The syntax of the while loop is while, condition, colon, and the body of while as shown on the screen. So here is a simple example of the while loop to understand. So count, here we have initiated count with the 0, so we have to start the count from 0. If we won't give any value to the count, then it will get a garbage value. That's why we have assign a 0 to it, so it can count every time. So here while count greater than 3, so it will here we have given condition that count, it should count unless it meet to condition, unless the count become less than 3. If it become greater than 3, then it will have to terminate the program. So first while will check the count is 0, so 0 is greater than 3, no. Condition become false, condition become true, like we know 0 is not greater than 3, so it will enter in the while body, then it will become count equal to count plus 1, means 0 plus 1, and print the first it will become count is equal to 0 plus 1, then it will store in count, there will be 1 store, and then it will print the hello world first, and then again the count become 1, then if it again check the condition, 1 is less than 3, right? So it will print 1, it will if the condition become true na, then it will print hello world, and count will be increment by 1 every time the loop execute, the count will be increased. Now 1 plus 1 is 2, now count become 2, and 2 is also greater than 3, the condition become false, it again print the hello world. Here again to get increased by 1, like 2 is 3, 2 become 3, in count now 3 is 2, while 3 is greater than 3, no, the condition become false, and the while get terminated. If we have provided count is less than equal to 3, then it will print the third time also, but we have just given a less than sign. So the output of that code will be as show. It will print 3 times the hello world, hello world, hello world. So next, the nested loop in Python. So this is also a type of loop in Python which is used to perform a complex task. The Python program language allows us to one loop inside another loop, which called as a nested loop. Following section shows the few example illustrating the concept. So the nested loop is basically the loop within a loop. So we can use the for loop in a for loop in a while loop, for loop, while loop, for loop, like that. So the syntax is simple, just like the for loop. The for loop iterate a variable, like variable in sequence, and again in that for loop again one for loop variable in sequence, and that the loop in loop within a loop, as I mentioned here, the nested loop, that is what called the nested loop. Here the syntax of the for loop and as well as the while loop we can use nested in both way. So nested loop in Python, the example, we have to print the pyramid of 1 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4. So we have to print that like that. So we can use, at that time we can use a nested loop when we have to print the star pattern, pyramid star pattern, invert triangle star pattern, invert triangle star pattern. So at that time we can use a nested loop. So here the simple example of nested loop is for I in range 1 to 5. So here in for loop, first for loop, we have just passed 2 arguments, which is a start and stop, where it has to be start and where it has to be end. So first the range is in between 1 to 5, 1 to 4 actually, because as we know stop is always -1. So 5 minus 1, which is 4, then it will stop at the 4 only. For j in range I, so j will take the range of I only, and print I end is equal to space, and print the original first for loop print statement is given, which is blank, because we have to move to next. So for how it work, I will tell you. For I, first it will take start, where it start from 1. So I become 1, and the I is in between that range, 1 and 4, it will in between that range. So it will go, the condition become true, then it will go to the next for loop, which is j, for j in range I. So the range of I is a 4. So 1 is also range in so j also become 1, and 1 is range in 1 to 4 then it will print I. What is I is a 1. Then after that it will print some space, it will end, like it just space and blank, then it will again move to 4, it will 2. Now 2 is in between range, then it will again go to the next loop, like that it will repeat the same task again and again until it reach to the stop, where it has to stop, where stop -1, which is 5 minus 1, at that range it will stop, and it will print the output as shown on the screen. Next, the break statement in the loops. In loop we can use the break and continue both the statement. So first is a break statement, is used to terminate the loop entirely. So break, we can the break is actually a keyword in the Python. When encountered the break statement, the loop will stop immediately and program execution continue to the next step after the loop. It is used where the specific condition is met and there is no need to iterate the further within the loop. So basically break is used to terminate at a particular point, where and after break the keyword given in the loop, then it will not execute the further part, it will just stop at the break statement. So we can use a break in program as shown on the screen for I in range 10. So here only the range given, which is a A in range, which is a 10, it has to stop at 10. So first for I become 1, I become 2, I become 3, I become 4, like that it will count, it will increase. So first For I will become, we always know I is always start from 1. So if there is a no parameter provide where it has to start, then it by default it will start from 0, not 1. So first 0. 0 is in between range of 10 minus 1, which is top minus 1, 9. It is true, then it will print. It will and in that again if is given, and if has to check I, which is 0. 0 is equal to 5. No, then it won't go to that statement. It will just come out and it will print I. First it will print 0, again and I become 1. Now I is 1 is also in between the range of 9, so it will again print 1, and I become 2. I will always increment by 1. Now it will print I become 2. In I 2 is also in between the 1 to 9 na? Then it will print 1. Like that it will print, it will come like that, it will go print 2, 3, 4, and when I become 5 in between the range of 1 to 10, yes, and again it will check the condition. If I, which is 5 is equal to 5, right? 5 is always 5 is equal to 5, the condition become true. Now it will break the loop at that position and come out of the loop, and just loop will terminate and print the only 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will only print when it find the break in the loop, then it will terminate the process of the loop. Next, continue statement in the loop. The continue statements keep the rest of code inside the loop for a current iteration. It moves to program control to next iteration of the loop. It is used to skip a specific iteration based on the certain condition. So continue is used like as we know, the continue is also keyword in the Python. So continue is used to skip the code, and if the condition become false, then it will continue to the further statements. So here the example, for I in range 10, if I mod 2 is equal to 0, it will have to continue, otherwise it has to print. So the program is so basically in this program it will only print those odd numbers. So if I, first I, we know I index is starts from 0, so 0 first I become 0, I is in between range, in between the range na. So 10 minus 1, it will stop at 10, which means 10 minus 1, 9, which is a 9. Actually it has to stop at the 9. If I, and again it will go to the if statement. In if, it will check the condition. Here I is 0, 0 mod 2, 0 mod 2 is equal to 0. If we divide 0 by 0 by 2, then answer will be 0. Then it condition become false, condition become true, then it the condition become true, so it won't print that statement and move to next, and like that it will print 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So it will only skip those number which can divided by 2 and give the output as 0. It will skip the even numbers. Basically the count is used to skip all the even numbers. So this is all about the loops in the Python program. Thank you.